Hello, and welcome to this episode of Creating with Howcraft. My name is Denise Yezbak Moore with howcraftcollection.com. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to create my golden flower earrings. The tools you will need to create this project are wire cutters, chain nose pliers, a complete list of the jewelry making supplies and beads along with printable PDF instructions can be found on howcraftcollection.com. Search golden flower earrings. We are going to start by cutting a 24-inch length of 26 gauge wire. 26 gauge wire is very thin. I always cut my wire longer in case I want to add beads. Also, I find that it helps finish off the project nicely if you have extra wire left over. We're starting out with our brass circle frame. This frame can be found on howcraftcollection.com. I like to leave about a 1-inch tail, and then we're just going to wrap the wire around. Three times. And then I like to come in with my chain nose pliers and squish them together, flip it around, and squish the other side together. We are now going to start stringing our Czech glass fire polished beads. Howcraft has an amazing selection of Czech glass fire polished beads on the website, all different shapes and colors and sizes. So we're going to string 4 of these light green AB Czech glass. We're going to bring those down, and we're just going to wrap them around, pull the wire through, make sure they're set up nice, and then we're going to wrap the wire around one time, and then we're just going to kind of move the beads into place. Now we're going to pick up 4 light green opaques. These are 6 millimeter. We're going to move those down. We're going to wrap them through the frame, pull the wire through. Make sure they're butted up nice and tight. And we're going to bring that wire down. We're going to wrap it around one time. And then we're going to move that over and move that over so they are setting right next to each other. Now we're going to grab 4 of these yellow AB Czech glass 6 millimeter. We're going to string those onto the wire. We're going to bring them down. We're going to pass the wire through. Get them all set up. Go once around the bail. Push it over, and we'll do one more to make it nice and secure. We can come back in and fix our beads as we go. So we're just going to kind of swoop them around and butt them up against each other. We're going to pick up 4 of these olive AB Czech glass 4mm beads. Oops, get that out of the way. We're going to come through the back side of the frame. We're going to pass the wire through. Make sure they're butted up against, lined up. Wrap the wire around nice and tight. 1, 2, as you're going, you can push the wire with your fingernail, or you can grab your chain nose pliers and go in and gently push the wires together. I'm going to come in now and I'm going to cut off this little wire. I like to leave it at the beginning because it stabilizes the project. So we're just going to cut that little wire off. Come back in with our chain nose pliers, gently tap it down and push those wires together. Now we're going to pick up another yellow 6mm. We're going to string that down, but then we're going to move it up, and you're going to bend the wire and then bring the wire down. You're going to pass the wire through the frame and wrap it around. We're going to do 2 wraps. 1, bring it up, and then we're going to squish it over, and then we're going to twist. We're going to come back in with our chain nose pliers, and we're going to squish all the wires together. Let's pick up another 4mm AB. We're going to make a slight bend in the wire. Pass the wire through the frame, bring it around. And then let's do that one more time. So our bead's set in place. We're just going to grab it and we're going to give it a twist. And then we're going to come back in with our chain nose and we're going to push those wires together. So let's make another wrap. 1, or coil. 2. And we're going to come back in. We're going to push those wires together, and then we're going to bring it up so it's on the front side. The wire is starting on the front side. Now we're going to string our enameled yellow metal lentil flower. We're going to set it right there. We're going to make sure that's nice and tight. We're going to come back in and wrap 1, 2, 3. we're going to pick up the 6mm light green opaque. We're gonna bring that down. We're gonna make a bend in the wire. And we're gonna bend it down. I'm gonna pass the wire through. I'm gonna make this one a little longer. We're gonna wrap 1. 2. So we're going to grab the bead and we're just going to twist and twist and twist. The longer your wire, the more of the dangle you will get. The shorter the wire, it'll be closer to the frame. And then let's come back in and squish those wires together. We'll do it on the other side and squish them together. Now we're going to pick up one of the yellow ABs. We're going to string that down. We're going to make that bend and that other bend. We're going to pass the wire through. Let's wrap it around twice to make sure it's secure. And now we're going to grab the bead and we are going to twist. And I'm twisting it a few times because I want it closer to the frame. We're going to come back in and squish those wires together. Now we're down to our last bead. We're going to pick up this light green AB. I'm going to string it down, make the little bend. We're going to wrap the wire. 1, 2. We're going to squish it over. Coming around, we're going to grab the bead and we are going to twist. Now we're going to have to come back in and resituate all of our wires. Just kind of squish them together. We're going to squish it down. And since this is our last bead, we're going to wrap 2 more times. 1, 2. Come in. We're going to trim that little end, save that because we're going to use it. And we're going to squish our wires together on each side. Okay, so we have the first part of our earring done. Now we need to add the ear wire. You can come back through and kind of squish your beads down. Push them a little bit. And just kind of align them to make sure they're the shape that you desire. If your center bead is a little loose, you can come back in with your chain nose pliers and just tap it down on each side, and then the bead will be more secure. Now we want to find a good spot for our ear wires. We're going to use the leftover wire. We're going to leave about a 1-inch tail. We're going to come through and we're going to wrap 1, 2, 3, and bring that wire up. Now we're going to string a 4mm check glass. Our ear wire, we need to make sure it's facing the same way as our earring, and then our 4mm. And we're going to come and we're just going to make a bend, pull it down, pass the wire through the back. I'm going to make sure that's nice and tight. And we're going to wrap 1, 2, 3. We're going to come back in with our chain nose pliers. We're going to squish that together on each side. And then coming back in with our wire cutters, we're going to trim that end. Make sure that end is nice and close on that side. Let's bring that up. And we are going to trim that end. Once again, we're going to press those wires together. Make sure we tap those wires down so they're not sticking up. And we can move that a little bit to your desired location. And there you have it, how to create my golden flower earrings. For the second pair of earrings, you want to make sure you start on the opposite side so that they offset each other. You could also remove the ear wire and add a chain. This would make a great pendant. Also just added to howcraftcollection.com's design inspiration library is my golden flower necklace. We won't be demonstrating this necklace today, but PDF instructions can be found on the website. Search golden flower necklace. If you are watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe at HowCraftUSA. Follow us on Instagram at HowCraftCollectionBeads. Be sure to visit howcraftcollection.com for more inspirational DIY projects and all your jewelry making needs. New beads are added weekly, and each week howcraftcollection.com features a new fabulous sale. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.